Well, all of the electrical has been dealt with. The motor has been serviced, and I've showed you how it was tested. I didn't really go into much depth on how I do the lights. I do remove the solder from this wire and splice on new wire, put new connectors on, and then solder them on to make sure that they're fast. This is tested again using that tool over there to make sure that all the connections are good. And then this is the light. It's still set up from being tested, but this is what they look like after it's been rewired. If you look and there, you'll see there's the two wires that go through. They're 18 gauge wires. So they're not stiff enough on their own to stay away from the gears. And that darker wire right there is a solid copper wire that's very stiff and bendable. And that's what I use to simulate the lead sheath, and then some heat shrink tubing. So this will no longer cause any issues that will make it difficult to clean this machine again. And it's pretty exciting. We have some crimped bottoms here. Normally, I might not crimp all these and set up the wires like this before it's all installed and then just do it at the end. But I actually found that if I'm very careful about measuring everything and following, the right color layout for how everything is installed, that I have better luck doing it this way. And I feel like I have less risk of damaging the machine while soldering on these terminals. So that is the reason why I do that. The bakelite terminal here has been cleaned. The brass has been polished, and everything is ready to go with our wiring. So we are gonna start by installing the lamp, getting that threaded down through here, and the bit will come out here. And then I will go ahead and probably do the light switch, I think, actually. We'll wire that in with the lamp and then put that up through and lock that in place. So those two things will be ready to go. And then we will go ahead and attach the motor, which we've tested. And as you can see right here, it's a little lumpy because that's where the butt splices are. So I use heat shrink tubing to guard the wires from wear. And inside the heat shrink tubing is more heat shrink tubing. That's right here, and you can see it right there. And the reason for that is that I don't want the wires to touch each other inside there. I don't want them to be raw at all. So I resheath them with new heat shrink tubing, and then that will tend to go over the old wiring. And it's fine down here, but it gets kind of bulky when it's going over the original wiring. So that is what you're seeing here. And of course, we've got our soldered on terminals as well. So I will be assembling all of this. It's kind of a fun final bit before you move on to setting the tension, testing the stitches, and all the rest of it. But testing the bobbin winder, that's all part of the process. But we are well and truly on our way with being done with this machine. And remember, this machine was completely frozen. You couldn't make anything move when this wheel turned. And it's just an entirely new story now. So I can't wait to start sewing with her. And I look forward to finding her a forever home.